Snow's coming down the chimney. It's Christmas time. How we doing? Welcome back to a brand new episode of the Who What Now Gaming Podcast. The podcast for consumers by consumers, where we talk Christmas stuff. Welcome back, Tom. It's been 3 weeks since I've seen you.
Yep. Yeah, it's been ages. It is now today, Christmas Day.
It is Christmas. Well, it's the weekend after Christmas Day.
Yeah.
You silly banana head.
I was here Christmas Day too.
Well, I mean, of course, because we share those days together.
I just hid.
We separate ourselves from our families.
B&E, Tom
closets.
and Kittrick breaking and entering. I came down your chimney this year. And I came down your chimney.
I mean, much appreciated.
You didn't even have to pay.
Ho, ho, ho. How we
back?
Doing?
It's doing great. I'm ready for a nice, jolly Christmas episode. Christmassy, gamey episode.
I'm still in absolute awe that like this straight divide straight down the country, everything to the East Coast got like a perfect 2 feet of snow on Christmas Day itself. It was bonkers, wasn't it?
That's a good prediction.
And if it didn't happen to you guys, you just didn't see it. It's really quick.
Yeah, birds aren't real.
Yeah, well, they're all robots created by the government.
Oh man,
it'd be nuts if one day Santa was just like, "Look, I can't do this hiding in secrecy anymore. This is getting ridiculous."
He comes and does a press conference. I remember
we've lost so many reindeer this year.
As a kid. I don't know if this is a memory I actually have or if it's a memory that that you made up because you're super young.
Right.
I think that this happened while I was still a Santa believer. And I don't think it happened that lasted for very long, but I could have sworn that a TV channel that was a news channel even said, oh, there's been Santa sightings over this and this. And I'm like, oh, interesting. Okay, I guess. And maybe that helped keep me a believer longer, or maybe I'm misremembering this and I was already the cynical doubting Tommy boy just going that's a fucking lie. Santa's not real.
It's not over there right now. No, I'll tell you this. This is if my dad ever watches this episode, he'll get a kick out of it. Is he's my whole life, my parents wanted to keep the wonderment alive.
The magic. Yeah. That's what Santa is now. It's an idea. It's a mindset.
Yeah. Well, it's like the Joker. It's a mindset. It's not
He's the anti-Santa.
Whoa. Shit.
Santa. Nope. Throw it out.
I mean, you can call him Santia if that's what
Satan. I love all the Satan. Wendy saw a meme last night, something about all the Christmas letters Satan gets from the dyslexic kids.
Yeah, from the dyslexic kids. Yeah. Yeah, we're a fun community.
This is how we cope.
So when I was a kid, my parents wanted to keep the spirit of Christmas super alive, but they held on to it too long, and we were idiots.
How long is too long?
My God, I think last year or so. I want to say I was probably shit.
16.
Fucking close. I think I was 13 or 14.
Hey, honestly, that's kind of cool. Maybe it made you a more magical person, or did it make you an outcast? You get shunned.
Yeah, so here's what happened. Every Christmas, every year, we would go over to my grandparents' house, right? And it was a big thing where it was at the time, I'm the oldest of the next generation in my entire family on actually both sides.
Wow.
I'm the oldest.
Wow.
Of everyone.
Big responsibility.
Yeah, I'm definitely more of the black sheep now. Because tattoos are self-mutilation and harmful and whatever. Satan gets my Christmas letters. So, but yeah, so my sister and I, we would be sent to bed, and then we were told hey, Santa's going to be here in the morning. And so we get all fucking super hyped up and shit. Now, when we grew up, there was no silent nap times. There was no quiet bedtimes. So we would sleep through anything. Our family car got broken into one night. My dad was yelling profanities out of the window, no pants, running down the street trying to chase a guy who broke into the car. I woke up the next morning, had no idea it happened.
Wow.
Which makes me fearful now because I'm like, it was one way I'm gonna wake up, my house just gonna be in ashes, and I'm just gonna be like, well, a little brisk in here, like just not know that my house burned down,
Oh no.
So we would sleep through anything. So they basically Christmas Eve into Christmas Day, they did a mock video, and my dad got a like a camcorder, right? One of those big stupid handheld ones that they had like early 2000s.
With
right?
it had its own VHS tape that recorded
Bang.
on too.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And
Good old days.
and so they sat in bed. The video starts. We still have it somewhere. It's at my dad's house. He's trying to convert it to like actual. If he ever converts it to digital, I will completely out myself and I will post it somewhere. And those of you who want to see my embarrassment can watch it. But I was a stupid, super rambunctious, crazy, high energy child with a severely undiagnosed ADHD. Okay, so I'm just like a kid who just found a bag of cocaine and is just bouncing off the walls. Okay.
Okay.
So not only can I not sit still, but I'm also an idiot, super gullible. Okay. So the video starts, my parents in bed, and we are sleeping on the floors. Floor, singular. We didn't have multiple of them, and we were just like,
you weren't in pieces.
Yeah, just scattered throughout
Different
the
rooms.
house. So we slept on the floor. Parents got up and they're like, "Did you hear that? Did you hear that? There's something going on. Like someone's in the house. Someone's in the house, right?" And so they go creeping down the stairs. Now, my grandparents' house, this is an old house. Okay, so in the recording, you can even hear each step is like. And you're like, anyone from like a 10-mile radius can hear you walking down these stairs.
The
Okay?
loudest house.
Yeah. So they go downstairs and you go into the living room. Now, our Santa did not like milk. He preferred a Coca-Cola and chocolate chip cookies. Ironically, weirdly enough, my uncle's also it was his favorite snack. It was so weird. But you hear some like some moving around, the ornaments on the tree get like jingled or whatever, so they run over to the living room and they're looking in there, and there's presents all under the tree, and then you see like a little glimpse of something move, and they try to run around the side, and the front door slams shut, and they run outside and they look up at the sky. Now, completely completely sold it on me, right? Unbeknownst to the entire family. Fix the camera for those of you watching. So sorry for that. Is that as they're looking up at the sky, at that exact moment, a shooting star flies by. And as the shooting star flies by, my uncle yells, "Ho, ho, ho." Now I'm watching this and I'm fucking mind blown. All right. My brain explodes at this point. Come on, camera. What the hell's going on with this thing? So my mind absolutely completely explodes, and I'm fully convinced that like
That Santa Claus is real.
1,000%.
Wow.
And there it goes. Holy cow, that took forever. So
maybe it's because of your
probably
it's fine.
So I'm fully convinced that like Santa's real at this point, right? Now, where this story kind of plummets for me is that, like I said, I'm an idiot and I'm super gullible. I then go to school and I tell fucking everyone that we got Santa on tape, and that all of you non-believers, you're all fucking idiots. I got Santa on tape. And they're like, "Show us." And I go home, and my parents are like, "Fucking no." And I'm like, "Why, dude? Like, this is proof. This will change everything. Like, how are we not on the news right now? You know?"
Oh man.
And I
you
oh my
leaned
God,
fully in.
I was so into it. And God, it full like to have just a community of your peers who have completely phased out of it. years before you and then be like, "Oh, you're just an idiot." No, I'm like, "Cool." So, years later, trauma therapy, we'll figure these things out. But Merry Christmas,
Merry Christmas. You
Mom
grew
and
up
Dad.
and you got better. Thanks, Paul.
Yeah, way to go, Paul. Jackass.
It's Wendy and I. We don't have kids, but when we have kids, I think that we want to keep the magic alive. I don't think that I would want to go that long. For me, I feel like it's a pre 10-year-old revelation.
I agree. Yeah.
Pre puberty. You gotta stop lying to them about big things
Yeah.
after a certain point.
I think-
Otherwise, you're gonna lose. I lost trust in my parents about over things.
I think my parents thought the same way that you do, but because my sister is 3 years younger than me, I think that they didn't trust me to be in on it, right? And so not to spill the beans, so they kept it real and I dude, I was so gullible, which sucks because I guess sucks, but also in a good way. When you grow up being so excited about these mythological things, and then to find out that none of it's real, you kind of start to question, which, by the way, I think is kind of hilarious when you build children up believing in these amazing things and then one day tell them they're all wrong,
you just have to rip it from them.
Except Jesus is real. And I go, fucking yeah, okay.
Just as real. So a human being, that's where I draw the line. There's evidence that he was around. Sorry, I'm probably far away from the mic.
You're fine.
It's fine. I'm
good.
Speaking sacrilege on Christmas week after. It's the 28th. Woo! Jingle bells. Yeah.
Batman smells.
I was an early. I found out, and I'm like, this is BS. I stayed up all night. I was a dedicated. I don't know. It would have been nice to have a better explanation because my parents tried to keep up the lie.
Yeah,
and so that was I was had to be like, okay, sure. But it was also public school. All your friends know that. Not
absolutely.
All of them, but a lot of kids know early Santa's not real. Sadly.
No, 100%.
Santa's totally real. I don't listen to us. Wendy and I just watched Elf, and I do love in the beginning when they're like, well, some people don't think Santa's real, and it's like, what? That's ridiculous. Who do you think gets all the presents? Well, they think the parents do it, buddy. Are you kidding me? Then who? I bet the parents eat the cookies and drink all the milk too. Yep, your Santa liked Coca-Cola.
I gotta ask you, what is your it's on topic but off topic for the gaming portion of what we were going to talk about, but what's your favorite Christmas movie? It's Christmas
Vacation.
Time. Yeah,
it's the one that I have most nostalgia. Watched it with my mom for forever. It's got to be Christmas Vacation. I do like Elf. I never watched Christmas Story all the way through.
To this day,
I've seen bits and pieces.
Are you serious?
Yeah, dead ass,
brother. What? Why?
I don't know. I just never. I think I fell asleep through it a bunch of times. I was just bored. It wasn't for me. Christmas Vacation made me laugh so hard constantly.
Christmas Vacation was fantastic, yeah.
And so there was a high standard to be met. A Christmas movie that I grew to like.
Ooh.
That I experienced for the first time as a grown man, as a 27-year-old. God, 27-year-old Tom. What a time to be alive.
What an absolute stud.
I think it was about then. I watched It's a Wonderful Life for the first time. And it was because my mom and I do 5Ks together, and
Wait, Wonderful Life, is that the one with
George Bailey? Yeah, George Bailey. No.
Who was I thinking of? Jon Stewart.
Stewart.
The hell's his name? He's the guy. Oh,
I think Jimmy Stewart. Jimmy Stewart is the actor's name. Yeah.
We gotta get your wings.
It's funny. My friend Steve is actually related to him.
What?
In a strange cousin way. Yeah, it's weird. But so we go to every year. This year is going to be a year that I have off, and then the last time I missed it was when Wendy was graduating with her master's degree. But so we go up to Seneca Falls, which is where Seneca Falls, New York, is where they filmed It's a Wonderful Life. They called it Bedford Falls. And we go there and we run a 5K at night. And it's like the route that he runs on the way home is part of it.
Yeah.
We like run through the town too. It's cool, but it was it wasn't a great movie, but I love the message. It's literally like almost a 3 hour long movie that is just like a self, love yourself and like things could be better. It is like things did just suddenly get better for him at the end. Spoiler alert. And that's not always how life works, but
Right.
it's another, Christmas feel good movie. And so yeah, It's a Wonderful Life. I also love last year I watched The Fat Man, where Mel Gibson plays Santa. Have you seen that?
The Fat Man, Mel Gibson. No.
It's it's worth a watch for sure.
Really?
Yep, seriously. Christmas season, it is an action movie. There's violence and it's great. Give it a watch. The Fat Man. Fully endorse.
Fat Man.
I didn't
I'll
watch
have to
it.
watch that.
I didn't watch it as a part of my I did watch a Christmas movie as part of my bad movie club.
Oh, nice.
What is it? I can't remember what it's called, and
Yeah.
I'll have to come back next episode. I'll let you know. But when it's like St. Patty's Day,
Yeah.
because today is
Yeah, it's
the
Christmas
28th
now.
of December for sure.
Well, I mean, there's some
I've
good.
been in these clothes ever since our last episode.
Yeah, it's crazy how we coordinated so well. There are some like pretty good bad movies like that are Christmas themed. Like a lot of the Krampus ones have done.
Did you see the most
weirdly,
recent
really well. No,
Krampus? Oh, it's worth a watch.
I just added it to my save list though.
So it's one thing I'm not going to spoil any specifics, but I am going to spoil kind of a general theme, and I don't think it's going to change if you're going to watch the movie or not. But a lot of movies have happy little ending.
Yeah.
Not this one.
No, and that's good.
I love it.
I love when movies don't have I hate being right when I predict movies. It's been driving me crazy. Like I hate it so much. Like I genuinely love when I watch a movie and it throws me for like an actual loop.
I ruin a lot of things for myself as well, and I've been actively trying to not do it. And sometimes, oh my god, I love Castle Rock. Castle Rock is on Hulu, both seasons. Man, it's just like unexpected. That whole show could be on the subreddit r/unexpected.
Oh, 100%. I'm actually rocking through a classic was it like 5, 6, maybe 7 movie Christmas set.
Really? What are they?
Alien.
Are they Christmas movies?
I don't know if you think about it.
They
maybe.
are now.
Yeah. It's just it's one species bringing gifts to another species.
Well, you know what?
Little capsules.
Speaking of Christmas movies,
yeah,
into Christmas games, Die Hard.
Dude, that has been a big discussion around the ye old fireplace and the pits of despair. Like you take Die Hard, is it or is it not? And I understand. I understand both sides. But
it's Batman Arkham Origins.
It's Batman Arkham Origins.
It's Christmas time. The story has nothing to do with Christmas.
Bingo. It just happens to take place around Christmas.
Gremlins is more of a Christmas movie than Die Hard is, because in Gremlins, she the girl, the love interest of the main character, or arguably one of the other co-main characters. I wonder if your mic just picked up my stomach growling.
I didn't hear it.
That's good.
But now we all know that you had a stomach growl.
I'm hungry. I haven't eaten since the last episode 3 weeks ago. The girl talks about that's when her dad died. He was pretending to be Santa. He literally got stuck in the chimney, and so her her being sad around Christmas time is a part of the movie. And I think that brings it in a little bit more, even though it's a monster movie, kind of.
Yeah, I mean,
I would call it a monster, adventure movie.
So what defines a Christmas movie? Does it have to have Santa, or does it strictly just have to completely does the plot itself have to revolve around Christmas itself? Because some people argue that The Nightmare Before Christmas is a Christmas movie.
I think it's a
A
Christmas
lot
movie.
of people say it's a Halloween movie.
I think it's both.
I think it's a happy medium. You know what genre of movies we don't get? Thanksgiving. The fuck's up with that? You know?
A bad movie club movie. Thanksgiving
Jeez.
it's a really bad horror movie.
You know what's weird? I feel like I could have, if you were just like, what would you think it's called? Give me like 5 minutes. I'd have
You
picked
would've-
that. Yeah.
Yeah. That would have been your third pick. Like
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. Yeah, it's a bad movie. It is one of the worst of the bad movies that we watch.
Yeah.
A lot of that club, it revolves around like campy movies.
Yeah.
But this was a truly bad, like poor production. It was weird in the way that the main character is like 40 and then the main character girl she looks like she's 16. It was weird the whole time. And like the turkey puppet, it is purely bad. It's just like a rubber, weird looking, gross turkey.
Yeah.
And the voice, I wish that I was making this up. He just talks like this, and it's a lot of
Yeah.
to this day I will think of that,
Like
and like
old
the
Spider-Man
one-liners.
cartoons.
Oh my god. So yeah, Thanksgiving. I think there's a Thanksgiving 2. Haven't watched that. Those are the only Thanksgiving themed movies that I can think of.
I mean, you've named more than I can. It's like the one holiday that everyone. But I think
Thanksgiving video game.
Yeah.
What would it be?
A Thanksgiving video game?
It's just a hunting game. You kill the turkey, and then it turns into a cooking game. You have to prepare Thanksgiving.
I got you.
Oh, hit me.
All right. Imagine this. Okay.
It's the Pilgrims.
You step out. It's a brisk morning. You see the frost on the floor, right? And you look behind you at your chicken coop, and you realize it's that time of the year, and we must rally. And then it's like, bam, action packed, and it's like fully loaded turkeys with machine guns and machetes on their hips and stuff, and people are showing up trying to kill the turkeys, and you're just like, no, and
you're defending them,
slaughtering. Like, no, you are a turkey.
Oh,
and you're fighting back, and then
ragtag team of turkeys.
Hell yeah, it's like Portal, but like. It's
Portal and Thanksgiving, and it's Crisis. You're like a superhuman turkey.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Spider-Man. You got bit.
Yeah,
you're a radioactive turkey. No, I don't know where I'm going.
Yeah,
with this.
And it all takes place on Christmas Eve for some reason.
Damn. Oh, so let's loop it back around to Christmas video games. I feel like this was a nice little tangent.
We almost hit it. We almost hit it back. Honestly, we were so close.
We were.
But Die Hard is.
Have you ever seen that game be played or played that game? I've never played it
what?
myself. The Die Hard video game.
I didn't even know there was a video game.
It's very old. I forget what system it's for. I forget who I watched play it, but it's like. I think it's for the NES, and it was like historically very hard, and like you're the whole time. You've seen Die Hard, correct?
Of course.
The whole time you're suffering environment damage from the fucking glass that you're walking on in your bare feet.
Are you serious?
It's so bizarre. It's such a strange game, and like also the ending. He jumps off with the fire, or like there's a time when he jumps off with the fire hose, and like you try to do that early, and it just doesn't let you.
That's insane.
Yeah, look it up. It's
Die Hard. It was an Activision game. Came out for the PlayStation.
Not NES. Sorry.
Well,
it was a little past that.
There was one before that. That was that came out on the Sega Saturn. That was a Die Hard arcade game, which actually looks a little more like the one that you're talking about. And that one was called Die Hard Trilogy. Which is wait, hang on. Is there only 2 games? Trilogy's 3.
Maybe I'm thinking of the one from PlayStation. Honestly, I can't.
Holy shit. It's called Die Hard Trilogy 2. What the fuck?
That's 6. It's actually the 6th in the series.
Came out. What the... Who's oh man, It's out of stock on Amazon. This game is very popular.
Or it's just hard to find. It's like Battletoads.
Oh my god, that is hilarious. Yeah, not only did I not know the game existed, but it seems like they kind of jumped the gun on how many games they were going to
You're
make.
welcome. I swear that, like, I might be misremembering this. I think I watched it be played by the Angry Video Game Nerd. Do you remember him?
I do, but I haven't watched.
It was basically, but before streaming was super popular, he wasn't quite a streamer. It was more of like recorded, and he went. I would also describe him as a bit of a video game journalist,
Yeah,
or like a connoisseur and like audio journalist or however you want to say it. But
sure.
I swear that I watched him play a Die Hard video game,
Yeah.
and like it was back when games were it looked like it was difficult. I don't think I would have been playing that game. I'm glad I watched it be played.
Well, our camera is not being very festive today.
It's okay. I'm an audio medium kind of guy. I have a face for radio.
If you see this one on video, I'm so sorry. Oh, it's you know what? It's because we have the green light on today.
Oh, is that?
Yeah, and the cat keeps walking in front of this, so it's throwing the colors off.
Hmm.
I don't know what his problem is.
Self-sabotage.
Just wants to be loved. Wants to be back on camera.
I understand.
But yeah, the Die Hard movie equivalent has got to be Arkham Origins, and I gotta say, fantastic game. Once again, it's a game that just takes place on Christmas. Has absolutely nothing to do with the game. There is no point in the game that would be any harder or easier if it was taking place on any other holiday or
Easter.
like, I mean, Arbor Day probably would have been better.
Flag Day.
Flag Day, yeah. Hug your best friend day. Those kind of things.
National Cookie Day.
Yeah. But we did check out some games that do seem to have the Christmas themes to them, which was the one that we were talking about, which was Dead Rising 4 or whatever.
Okay.
That we didn't, because have you played Dead Rising 4?
No, I only played the original Dead Rising, and I was terrible at it.
I didn't play 4 either, but I was also surprised to see that they did like a full like theme type of thing. He's just being a weird cat.
He's a boy.
But to find like the games that had the themes, like Call of Duty did a really, really good one a couple years ago and continues to kind of just keep a theme to it. Like Call of Duty is not really a festive game itself, but to be able to like kind of just throw in some goofy like, Christmas like things, like make, play some Call of Duty Zombies. Zombies have like Santa hats on. Like it's fun to just kind of play and enjoy and stuff. But you know what I gotta say? I don't know why I said that. There's there's a game theme that drives me crazy, and I don't understand why. It hurts me in my soul every time it takes place in it. When a game fully takes place in brisk, freezing cold, snowy weather. I don't know why.
I think that adds a level of tension.
I'm sure it does, but it's like I hate that like I think I hate when my characters are just bundled up like
the kid from
the
movie
Story.
I haven't seen. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, like Rafi. It's or
I'm so glad you knew his name.
I think Rafi was, I don't remember. Whatever. Somebody correct me. There's but like when I played Red Dead Redemption 2 and like the whole beginning portion of that game, you're in like the snow and you're like can't see anything. Like the game does a really good job making you feel fucking cold, and I'm like, I don't want to do this stuff. And Arkham Origin, the whole time it's snowing, I'm like, just get out of the fucking snow, man. Like I don't want to be in the snow.
Interesting. I like a good snow setting in a game.
Yeah.
Literally last episode talked about my favorite area in the game of Horizon Forbidden West is like up in what would be Yosemite National Park.
Yeah.
And it's snowing.
Yeah.
Snow covered. Love it.
Yeah, I mean, and I get the thrill of it, and I get like I to an extent I do enjoy it, but when the entire game takes place in it, like it makes me feel cold when I don't want to.
It's too much.
I don't want to feel cold, especially if I'm playing a winter game in winter. I'm like, I'm already struggling to stay warm. Like
art imitating life.
And we don't keep this house like at 1,000,000,000 degrees. So like, I mean, it's kind of hot now, but it was also below freezing. Like, yeah, I mean,
A couple hours ago.
Yeah, it was 2 feet of snow on the entire East Coast.
Oh yeah, just a whiteout blizzard. That's why I didn't leave. I got stuck here during the last episode 3 weeks ago.
You hung out here for 3 weeks, and then Christmas Eve,
and then I climbed back down the chimney. Yeah, I was on your roof like a gargoyle. I was protecting you. You're welcome.
Hey, nice.
So, I'm just trying to yes and here.
You know what's a complete side note thing? You said gargoyle. So I'm gonna totally autism you right now. Fucking. And because I know this information, now I always feel like I have to tell everyone else, and it's such a stupid fact, and people hate me every time I say it. But buckle up, Scooby Doo. So when people see gargoyles on sides of buildings, they're not gargoyles, and I hate that I learned this, and now I can't not know it. So gargle, like you do water, yeah, it comes from the root word, like gargoyle. The root word is gargle or whatever, and so like when you trace that word back, it's water. Like it has to do with water features and shit. So like a gargoyle is only a gargoyle if
it's a water feature.
Oh, if it doesn't involve water, it's a grotesque. And
really,
yeah,
that's the word for it.
Yeah, and so on the like sides of cathedrals and shit, and people are like, "Look at all the gargoyles," or even that fucking super popular show in like the '90s, early 2000s, Gargoyles. None of them are grotesque. None of them are gargoyles.
How dare they?
Yeah, and now it's the most annoying fact that I know, and I have to. There's just a part of my brain that itches if I don't tell people that.
You are a Lord of the Rings fan that's watching Two Towers. That like Viggo Mortensen is just about to kick that helmet, and you're just like, "They're not a gargoyle; it's a water feature."
It's become this joke now when we do watch it, like my wife and I, because we hate when people bring it up. But then, like, we'll be sitting there watching it, and we'll be like,
"That's not a gargoyle."
Here it is. Did you know that he breaks his foot when he kicks the helmet?
It is a meme at this point,
dude. I did see a video it was like a couple days ago where or 3 weeks ago where there's this guy who plays 2-second clips of movies, and he says, "Can you guess the movie based on the 2-second clip?" And then the clip plays, and the guy goes, "Fellowship of the Ring," and you're like, what could it possibly be? It just cracks me up every time. Anyway, video games.
Christmas video games. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead. I'll take the wheel here. My favorite game that adapts to Christmas time feel is Hitman.
Yeah, we were just talking about this. I gotta let you take the rings on this one. Reigns?
Yeah.
Or you can be Sonic and take the rings.
I put rings at the end of the reins.
Ooh, nice.
I don't know if that would work. Anyway,
who cares? It's our fantasy. We do whatever we want, man.
It's a sleigh, bitch. So the Hitman games, I really like them. The new ones, the newest. It was called like Hitman Untitled. I think it came out in 2017.
Okay.
Or 2016 or 2017, and there was one game, and then there was Hitman 2, right. And then there was Hitman 3, and it's all the same universe. It's all this, like, it's kind of a prequel universe to the to like Hitman Blood Money and Hitman Resurrection, or am I thinking Alien? Hitman, I don't remember. I didn't play a ton of those games. I started with the Hitman Untitled, the Hitman 2016, 2017.
Okay.
I fucking loved it.
Yeah.
They do a great job of just making these big involved maps. Like you really you start, like, there's only so many missions, but like it does such a good job of letting you replay these missions, and you could do the same thing 100 different ways. You can also do just 100 different things on like each
Okay.
map. And so that's how that they've continued to grow the game. There's 3 full games.
Sure.
And then there's also, now it's called Hitman: The World of Assassination, and it's all a there's probably some fancy video game industry word for how like the game is structured, but it's like everything is like you're using these same maps, but you get a new thing every week, and you do these missions, and it's like generated as you go, and you can they've taken the game and they've uh found a way to make an infinite amount of games within itself, like within its own parameters. I know this sounds like maybe that's just the worst way of trying to put this. I'm trying to like write a Wikipedia article, but it literally, you can just it's all about these syndicates, and
Okay.
it's these crime syndicates. So you've gone from being a hitman in the old Hitman games to where you're hired to kill people, and then you gotta shoehorn it into making you the good guy. And I don't remember, or don't really know how the old games did it, but in this one, you kind of turn into the good guy by, you're a hitman now, and you're destroying these crime syndicates by killing these like certain people, and you're doing it stealthily. But it's just a really good game where you can be super creative. You can
Interesting.
do so much, and like each level or each map has different
Right.
levels, and like the more you play it, the more you unlock. You can like start in different places, you can start with different gear.
Sure.
It's a fantastic game. But so to bring it around back to Christmas, they will do Christmas editions of the maps in certain like Christmas things that come out, and then you just have access to it, and
Huh.
boom, now you're literally Agent 47 dressed as Santa Claus with a fucking Christmas axe.
That actually kind of sounds pretty good.
It's dope.
Yeah.
Honestly, like if you were to stream more games, if you ever start like looking for a game that you could just go back to streaming and just
Yeah.
have endless content, Hitman. Just because of the world of assassination, it's
Like just the variety of things that you could do.
yes, there's also one more thing before we switch topics, because I'll tangent myself somehow. I wanted to bring up a YouTuber,
Yep.
Big Mooney. I haven't seen any of his content in a while. Big Mooney 06 or something, or like
Okay.
he plays a lot of different games, but he plays Hitman, and I love how he plays it. There's a certain, I mean, he'll play it, and he's really good at it, and he'll do like the silent assassin suit only, and like make the game super hard for himself. But then he also plays in a way that he makes it even harder for himself by, he's Scottish, by the way.
Yeah.
Love his accent. He calls it his chaos run, or his chaos percentage.
Yeah.
And basically how he plays it is, each level he has to, as quickly as he can, run up and just not be the hitman kind of hitman at all. Run up in full visibility of the target and take a loud gun and shoot him right in the face. And then like have to get away and live.
Yeah, and survive.
I
Right.
love it. It's an absolute, like, it's something that it's like one of my comfort watches on YouTube. I can go back to these. He also does videos where he kills everyone on the map, on the Hitman map. And like each map, hundreds of people.
Oh, really?
Hundreds of NPCs, literally to the point of where some NPCs are coded differently. They're just like not real people. They're just a part of the environment. And even if you like, the knockout animation for them actually kills that character. They're usually in big crowds. It's a beautiful game. You play the Hitman games if you ever get a chance to.
I definitely will. Yeah.
But then, yeah, you get some like Christmassy things. You get a Home Alone mission in the Paris map. You like literally Marv and what's the other robber's name? Marv and from Home Alone.
Robert too.
Have you ever seen Home Alone?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
It's Joe Pesci and then the tall guy.
Yeah.
I forget their names. Marv and something else. There's a mission to where you have to find them in this big mansion in like out in Paris and kill him.
Nice.
And like that's where
Home
you
Alone
can
style.
and you can be and like Santa Claus exists on the map and he just like keeps disappearing and reappearing at different fireplaces throughout this giant mansion. It's in like the whole place is decorated for Christmas, but you are still a hitman. And
Oh,
so like
shit.
it's quite a bit
That
of
actually
fun.
sounds pretty good.
I think there's another map that has a Christmas version and I can't think of it. There might even be 2 or 3 more at this point cuz I stopped playing. I played it on
Excuse me.
Game Pass. And
Yeah.
so like I own the first one, but then Game Pass you could play 2 and 3 and now
Yes.
you can play Game Pass World of Assassination, but I got rid of Game Pass. So
Oof.
yeah, it's honestly with the amount that I haven't been playing recently, it's been a good money saver. Unfortunately.
Yeah,
Maybe someday I'll get it back, but I was thinking of I would buy Hitman as a game for myself just to like own it and that way I don't have to pay monthly
But why not?
money right now. It's the I have a bunch of games to play that I have and I don't need to spend money on. And it's the same thing with the PS5. I haven't upgraded yet because I still have so much to do and then I will get to Hogwarts.
Yeah. Can't believe Santa didn't get you a PS5 this year.
I'm not on the naughty list. Let's be real. I went to you know what, I'll give a shout out here. It has nothing to do with video games. I volunteer at the SPCA in Lancaster. I go there and I walk dogs. Love that. It's the most fulfilling thing. Do it in the wintertime. Not a whole lot of people like doing that. But like, man, some of those dogs need to be outside. There's a husky there right now. His name is Cortland, like the place in New York. Cool, really cool dog, very energetic.
Yeah, but
very
also
young.
a husky is like a fucking mountain winter
Yes.
dog, and
he needs to be outside.
Yeah, especially during and that's listen, if you're out there, you're getting dogs, awesome. If you can, rescue them, but also understand the breed and their climates.
Yes,
because
and their needs.
Huskies notoriously are getting heat stroke each year, and some of them unfortunately die. Because like they're not built for that. Their coats are entirely way too thick. They are what not
overheating.
Not winter dogs. They are
like
cold weather dogs. Yeah. Which is crazy. Same with like big fucking Saint Bernard mother lovers.
Oh yeah. Well, and like a husky, they have a double coat, and it helps keep them cooler.
Yes.
But like if somebody doesn't properly groom their husky and then they shave it, then yeah, he's gonna overheat.
Yep.
Man,
it's oftentimes you'll see like, they make like for cute videos and stuff, but you'll see like a husky like laying down in a pool and it's like noses in there. You see the little bubbles coming up from the nose, and you're like, "Oh, look at him being all cute and shit."
Yeah,
like,
he's
oh yeah,
snorkeling.
no, he's fucking hot as shit
warm,
right now.
Yeah,
like, yeah.
Honestly, having a little kiddie pool with ice in it, that's what my friends do with their dogs down in North Carolina.
Yeah. I mean, I have seen. It's unfortunate. It's not. I'm trying to word this in a way that like I'm not trying to be like an ass to like people who like call to help animals out, because like I get like your heart is in the right place. But unfortunately, I have seen it done where people will call like animal protective services or whatever on like basically like huskies or like big ass dogs and shit like outside in the winter, like just like on a leash or whatever.
They love it out there.
And yeah, you're like, no, this isn't a punishment. They're not being abusive. Like this is
where they belong. They could live
climate.
out there.
Yeah, this is where they're supposed to be. Yeah,
I follow a YouTuber called Goldshaw Farms that like he's got these 2 big Great Pyrenees that live outside. They're his livestock guardian dogs. They love it.
Yeah,
it's where some of them belong. And then you got your Chihuahuas. Yeah, they need to be inside. They're trembling when it's warm.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, there's
we get in some tangents for sure. That was my reasoning. That's how I can think that I'm on the nice list this year. That's because of my dog walking.
I think we're actually approaching since we're approaching the new year, I think this would be a fun time to announce, since this will be the last episode of the year.
Ooh.
Technically.
Wow. Such a privilege for me.
Yeah.
How did I earn this?
It's funny because you come on the show and you just kind of chill out and you got this like relaxed vibe and everything. Meanwhile, like Noah is like shaking every time you're on here because he like slowly starts to lose the top title of like most episodes
That's
like thing. And so
he
like
did mention
you
that the
just
last
hang
time I
out and you're
saw
like,
him.
this is fun. Let's knock out a couple episodes, or whatever.
I do,
And then like he'll listen to the episode and be like, son of a bitch, Tom.
I do want to compete a little bit, like deep down. And Noah he'll probably hear this episode. And
Oh, he definitely will. He sent me. Listen, I got to shout out Noah. I love you, buddy. He sent me.
married me.
Yeah.
He and Tracy were
Congratulations.
Wendy and I's officiants.
Oh,
at the
right.
wedding.
I was
Yeah.
like, I knew you got married again, but I thought it was
it
to
was
your wife.
it was to Wendy, but it was by Noah. The second time, Noah and Tracy it was great. It was
I saw the
cool.
pictures. It was beautiful, dude.
Sorry you weren't there. It was like a numbers thing. It also was weird timing because it was supposed to happen a year ago.
I get it. I was there. I didn't want you to feel bad for like I didn't want to like show up so I just stood in the background like, and it was like there was a guy.
You were a grotesque.
Yeah, and just every so often when you would like turn around and go, did you guys hear that? That was me. I was back there.
Good. I'm glad you were there. I'm glad you had a good time.
Man,
but
yeah.
So I do have a competitive spirit.
Yeah.
Like when Noah, like I knew that Noah was in more episodes than me, and so when I was like today, finally had a free day to come over and record, and I'm like, let's get two. Let's record two in a row. And sorry, Noah, I got to keep up with you, or I got to try.
The hunt is afoot,
man.
Yeah.
God, speaking of the Wild Hunt, a game that I got to play, Witcher 3. You were mentioning, was that last episode or is that whatever?
Witcher 3?
You were mentioning the Witcher 4 coming out.
I said Witcher 4 is coming out.
Did they remake the Witcher 3 for like next gen consoles? Did I hear that?
They didn't remake it, but they did kind of just
remastered it or whatever.
It's just like compatible now.
Okay.
Okay. Like it's just able to be played easier and more fluently or whatever, but it's still it's a solid game for what it is. I mean, it's definitely been out for quite a while, but it's a very good game.
It is. I've avoided, I mean, not all spoilers, but I've avoided a good amount of them. I don't know what's going to happen in the story. So
yeah,
I'm
it's very good. I have found a lot of correlations between the show. You and I have talked a lot about the books. So I think they did a very good job, and I'm very excited for Witcher 3.
Nice.
Which will take place on Christmas Eve.
I'm listening to the third book right now. Yeah. Oh man, wait, really? Is that the
No, I just thought it'd be funny. All games just randomly take place on Christmas Eve.
Just think of a game. I talked about games that shamelessly have like a Christmas era. Well, I'm looking at the computer. I see some Overwatch characters. When I used to play the first Overwatch online, and I did love the Christmas costumes. I was a sucker. I was a sucker for good loot box.
Yeah.
And I didn't pay real money for them, so I feel like I won that game.
Nice.
It was fun. I haven't played Overwatch 2.
Nice.
Just yeah.
See, I will say I like systems like that. And what I mean by that is like the system where Fortnite has the system, Call of Duty now has this system, Overwatch had this system. I don't know if they still have this system, but there's a way where you have a battle pass that everybody seems to complain about. But if you do your math right, you don't buy a bunch of extra stupid shit. If you play the game the way that it's intended and you play it to your heart's desire, then you should be able to collect enough in-game currency to buy the next battle pass without spending any money.
Really?
I've been doing this for Call of Duty for the past 5 games. I have not bought a single battle pass since before COVID.
Wow.
And because I'll play the game and then I'll go through the battle pass, and like when I bought that initial one, you play all the way through, and if you beat the battle pass, you would get, I think it was 1,300 total like COD points
or whatever.
Yeah,
okay.
COD points. A battle pass itself is only 1,100. So you had 2 extra to roll over.
Nice.
If you don't spend that shit, it'll just continue to grow. until eventually you'll have an extra like 11, 1200,
For
COD points
another
or
battle
for
pass.
another for a whole nother game.
Wow.
So what I've been doing is, because Call of Duty is all one central hub, it's just different games, but it's all one like account kind of thing.
Real, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So your COD points, like I have double XPs for weapons and levels that I've been collecting since Modern Warfare 2, I think is what it was,
That's the
or
last
Black
Call of
Ops.
Duty game that I played.
Yeah, Black or whatever it was, like it was whatever the one was
Black Ops 2.
before.
Sorry, that was the last one I played.
Damn. Yeah, Black Ops 3 I think was probably the last battle pass that, or maybe it was Black Ops 4 was the last battle pass I bought. But yeah, so you just play through the seasons or play through the battle pass, and eventually you'll just slowly collect enough COD points to be able to buy the next battle pass. And that's what I've been doing. And so I've collected enough where the game just came out like 2 months ago or whatever, maybe last month or whatever. I bought the game, season 1 drop, battle pass. I'm still using COD points from the last Call of Duty.
Sorry.
And I dropped those. I still have like, I don't know, 800-900 points to go. So like I really only need to play like a couple of bits of the battle pass or whatever
To earn the next
to
one.
earn the next one. And
Wow.
and by this point, I think I've already hit, like, if I stopped playing Call of Duty right now until the next season, I could still buy the next season. Like it's, and I don't buy, like, if I eventually, like, if I do buy something, it's because like I want that extra thing, but like I haven't bought specifically a battle pass in multiple games.
Nice. What does the battle pass get you? Because I
Just cosmetic-y shit, and like
okay.
new guns. Like it's never,
New gun skins, new player skins. Okay.
yeah. It's purely like cosmetic type of things. Now, there's like blueprints that you can get that will that when you unlock a gun, you get that, like that's the weapon, and then you have to level it up from level 1 to whatever, and then
And
as
then
you
you
go
get
you unlock
upgrades.
attachments and
Yeah.
stuff. If you are
Battlefield
in the
was the same
battle,
way.
yeah, if you're in doing the battle pass and you get to like a certain level over, you might get a blueprint for for that gun. And the benefit of the blueprints is not only do they look cool, but you can also kind of take advantage of them, which I think a lot of people don't do, which is that you get the battle, or you get the blueprint, and then you go into a match specifically with a brand new gun at level 1, but you now have attachments. So you're already better off than you were if you had no attachments.
Nice.
So leveling up is going to be a little easier,
Yeah.
But when it comes to like pay to win, not really.
Yeah,
No.
that's not for me. It's I understand it's how you get people to keep paying for games, but
I think if you do it, I don't think a battle pass is the problem. I don't think microtransactions are a problem. I think the way that they're being done is the problem. I think the way that you hype something up to be so amazing that people feel the need to be able to, that they feel the need to buy it to keep up with the game. Whereas if you just made everything cosmetics and had absolutely nothing to do with the game, and you just bought it for the skins, then you're spending money because that's what you want, not because you feel like you need to keep up.
yeah. Well, and
Which
if
is
that brings you joy, then it's
right.
not a waste of money
And
either.
that's where I think Fortnite does it well. I don't agree with it, but nobody has to agree with everything,
Right.
But I will say that Fortnite makes a fuckload of money because of these microtransactions. Now, the trade-off is that anybody can play Fortnite. It's free.
Yeah.
So like they have to make money at some point. And I think that's where a lot of people are losing their minds. They're like, well, Fortnite and everything, you got to buy skins. You'll never get those skins
You can
again.
play
It's
the
like,
game entirely for free.
can
At
play the
least
game
the
entirely for free.
battle royale mode.
that is Fortnite.
That is, you're right. And so it's funny that it started out as a tower defense game that like you had to pay for.
Yeah.
Can you still buy that?
I think you can. I tried to buy it at one point and never gave it to me. And it also
Weird.
never accepted my money. So I don't know.
Oh.
I tried at one point and then I just kind of gave up. But
Um.
I've kind of phased out of the whole. Like I tried Fortnite for a little while, and then like when it first came out, played like the first 2 seasons, and then I lost interest. And then some friends got back into it, and I was like, "Wow, I'll get into it just to play some like with
Yeah.
buddies, kind of
Get a
thing." And
squad
then
going.
yeah, and then that kind of fizzled out, and now like my nephews play it, and so I was like, oh, every so often I'll jump in, but then I kind of got deleted again because I realized like I'm a night shift person, so our like scheduled times to like play the game don't ever add up.
Yeah.
So it's now I just play Call of Duty and enjoy I'm a big fan of the zombies. But um before because we tangent like a crazy lunatic. So you told me you haven't played Spider-Man Miles Morales. Number one, shame on you. Do it. Okay, it's incredible. I wish I had it not on digital. I wish I had it as a physical copy because I would just send you home with it today because it is truly they did an excellent job with that game, and I would highly suggest that you play that one before you play the latest
Spider-Man
Spider-Man
2.
2. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I also have not played that.
Yeah, because just because it's you don't have to, but it does. If you play Miles Morales' game, it sheds so much more understanding as to the character and the reason that Spider-Man is the way that he is, like Miles Morales, is the way that
Yeah.
he is, and his background and his powers and all that stuff. It just makes so much more sense. Here we go, camera. Now there is one last topic that I do want to talk about. Kind of switching from video games. Not that really we've talked much about video games. But I do want to dive into TTRPGs and D&D, because video games, they struggle making things based entirely around like Christmas things. But one of the things that I've seen in my experience is making a one shot entirely Christmas themed for D&D is wildly easy because it's your fucking imagination. Go
Yeah.
wild.
They do it in Big Bang Theory.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. All right. So with that, first off, I want to shout out two incredible people that I have had the absolute pleasure of having as guests on the show. I guess three, technically. Sorry. Um, but there is the first one that I will talk about because it's already up on the screen, is a D&D module created by Janelle Lawson. We had on the show a couple months ago, but is the author of an amazing one-shot holiday special called The Festive 3. Now, the Festive 3 is entirely based off of the Dead 3 in D&D lore, which is also what they based Baldur's Gate 3 off of. So if you've played Baldur's Gate 3, you'll be very familiar with Ball and the fucking other
The other two.
Jesus Christ. I just blanked like so hard. I had this whole thing like playing in my head. But you have like Orin and everybody there. So if you haven't had a chance to, I would highly suggest go and search for Festive 3. Actually, in fact, I will put the link to the actual module in the description below. But so Janelle created this whole like one shot module, and got it published, and it is I think it's like maybe $5 or $8. You can just buy the whole kit and caboodle kind of thing. It's a full it's a full one shot campaign. It's super super awesome. It's very very like I think we are going to be doing I'm gonna try so hard to figure out a way to get 6 people in a room, and for all of our microphones to work all at the same time.
It's a big undertaking.
It's a huge undertaking. I'm so
Got to
worried
book
about
a
it.
recording studio.
For those who are listening, and I guess technically watching. I will. I'm gonna try to put some images up here, but if you're listening, go check it out. But for you, Tom, this is what the module looks like. It is super cool. Everything's all fleshed out. Everything's got what do you call them? Stat blocks. Um, there's your Krampus that we were talking about earlier. It's super super cool. It's amazing. I am more excited to finally get a group together to like actually be able to like physically play this, rather than me just reading it, because it's one thing to just kind of read it, but
Yeah,
like,
to play through it.
oh my god, it's going to be so much better.
That'd be awesome. It's funny that you bring this up. Recently, my Reddit feed has been like I follow r/D&D AI, and it's
Yeah.
just like it's a lot of good AI character builds. I mean, half of it is like half character porn, but
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
the best one that I saw recently was a Santa Mrs. Claus combo of Santa as just like with a giant sword, and he's just ripped, but it's still the big white beard.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
A Santa barbarian or like a big Santa fighter.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
I would love that. Or like I don't know, you can go like a Santa paladin.
Yeah. So with this, you have Krampus Ball, the
Krampus.
The Yuletide Lord of Misdeeds.
It's my dad.
One of my other favorites. You have Fergorathane, the Snowpocalypse. Look at that. It's so awesome. It reminds me of what was the big like was it the Marshmallow Man from
the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Yeah.
I think
Ghostbusters.
Have you seen the movie? There's two movies called Jack Frost. One is like a family movie,
yes,
and then the other is a
one's
bad horror
horrible,
movie.
Yeah.
I think Jack Frost. It was either a part of my bad movie club or I just watched it thinking about bad movie club.
Nutcracker Guard, Jolly Jaws, Mimic.
Oh yeah,
the Cuddle Monster. Come on, these are
that was my nickname in high school.
Santa Bane, the Holly Jolly Conqueror.
Man, you're ruining this for me. I gotta look away,
guys. You are severely missing out if you do not go and check this out. It's so good. It's amazing. It truly is a sight to behold. It's amazing. I want to play it. I can't cool. Like, someone come hang out with me so we can play this game.
D&D, something just one of these last things I want to say.
Yeah.
Early in our recordings, you talked about like our origins in video games and also in tabletop games, and I think that D&D really helped me enjoy the Horizon games, because my first character, every single time I played D&D for like the first few years, like back when I was in college, I was always just Legolas. That's who I wanted to be, and so that's who I was. And like the archer, like even like you're an archer main character, just I love it. That's my shtick, and so it helped my Horizon Zero Dawn experience. That's why I was a hunter's bow guy.
Yeah,
it's just fast archery and then the sharp shot bow for long range high damage.
Absolutely.
Yeah, D&D has done a lot. It's also the magic aspect of D&D. I don't know, it's expanded my imagination, and so I'm glad for it.
Well, it's definitely not only expanding your imagination, but it's also expanding as a whole. They have released their new addition to the handbook.
6? Is it 6?
No.
Or is it just like an update of 5?
This is now D&D 1. They will now forever just continue to update. There will no longer be additions.
Interesting.
This will just be, and they've taken everything that's been great through all of the D&D like editions and stuff, the things that people loved, the things people hated. We've revised things, made things more accessible, things to be easier. The way that they even take, for those watching, go and check it out. It's the brand new 2024 Player's Handbook for D&D 1 or whatever they're calling it. But what's super nice as a DM and as like a player, I guess, so I guess for everybody, but someone who heavily relies on the book itself to like kind of like skim through, find answers
Yeah.
or spells or whatever. They've completely redesigned the book so that finding information is 1,000 times easier.
Nice.
And they keep things together.
That's nice.
Which is super nice. So I've been kind of thumbing through it as I've been going, and I can't wait to like actually like go front cover to back cover and just do a full dive of this entire thing. It's incredible.
I might
Like
have to ask Santa Claus for the new handbook.
Yeah, it's when they released it, they brought it to our local library, or not library, our local bookshop.
bookstore.
Yeah, Aaron's bookshop. Yep,
I wrote that down.
Hoojow.
Ka-cha.
Aaron's bookstore, I think is what it's called. Located in Lidditz. And they're super fantastic and wonderful. The second one that I wanted to bring up was a big old shout out to two other individuals that I've had the glorious opportunities to have on the show previously. Jason Conforto and Tyler Crump. They co-host an amazing show called Adventure AI. It's a podcast found anywhere and everywhere you find podcasts, but the twist of their podcast is that they are a live action D&D, real play, podcast. The twist is that their DM is 100% an AI. And so they type in prompts and the AI tells them like it'll so I can't fully comprehend or understand or even be able to explain it and do it justice, but I would highly suggest going to find that episode.
Okay.
And because the interview that I have with them it was incredible, and talking about how they were even able to set it up, where the ideas came from and everything. But the reason I bring that up is because my introduction to them was season 6. They did a Christmas one shot. Jason Conforto got to play Santa Claus, and it is probably one of like the hardest I've laughed in a fucking while.
Wow.
It was so good, and it goes off the walls. Obviously AI is not perfect, right? So
correct.
AI being a computer generated, intelligence.
It's like a learning thing,
right? But it's creating other things, right? But the AI has no concept of plagiarizing, so it would give suggestions that are like fully copywritten, like movies. Like, so it'd be like, oh, we need like a dark themed, Christmas, whatever. It'd be like,
just
okay,
makes it's Batman or it's
close.
Home Alone.
It would just make him Jack Skellington, and you're just like, wait, hold on. And you're like, what's his name? He's like, I don't know, Jack. And you're like, no, you can't do that.
Jim Ribbone Johnson.
It was like the pumpkin, guy,
Prince.
Yeah.
The Gourd Prince.
The Bone Daddy. So it's absolutely hilarious. And it's definitely like, it's their holiday special. It was super, super fun. So I would highly suggest going to check out Adventure AI at season 6 and Festive 3 by Janelle Lawson.
Cool.
It truly is like,
big shout out.
Truly is like one of my favorite. I keep wanting to say like opportunity. It was an opportunity, but like it was just a right place, right time, and I took the leap of faith through a message out into the wind, and it got picked up by a seagull and dropped into some wonderful people's laps.
It was
they were able to get back to me.
A swallow, a unladen swallow.
Yeah. The bird?
Yeah.
Okay.
Picked up they carried the coconuts?
I didn't know about that. So what are you talking about?
This is a Monty Python and the Holy Grail reference. African or European swallow? Sorry.
Oh my god.
Okay, and we're done.
Tom.
Josh.
There's a moment where you were given all the money in the world to sit down and create the perfect Christmas video game in 30 seconds, what would make a good Christmas game? Like, in your opinion, like if it was advertised on TV, right, and you just saw this and you were like, fuck, I have to play it. Like that, I don't care what's going to happen. I'm buying this game.
Obviously, it would be a Santa simulator.
Yeah.
That's the first thing that comes to mind. You have to be Santa, and you have to. It's like it's a stealth game, and you have to deliver presents. They probably made this. I've probably just plagiarized. I'm actually an AI. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, they kind of made a game just like that, Santa Simulator. Although it was what was it called? The Massacre Cleanup of Santa or something like that.
Oh my God, you holiday. You just brought it up.
I did.
I was thinking earlier. The Diddy Kong Racing apparently even had like a Christmas map.
Diddy Kong Racing did have a map. It was very famously not advertised as a Christmas map.
Oh.
It was just a
non-denominational winter holiday map.
Yeah, it was just a winter game or a winter map, and it just happened to have like festive themes to it. And they were like, "Yeah, this is the best."
Where did you see that? What list were you on that you saw the?
That's what I was trying. I think it might be this one here. Yeah. There it is.
Santa's Revenge.
All right,
Santa's Rampage. Sorry.
Viscera Cleanup Detail. Santa's Rampage. So Santa's Rampage was a DLC to it, and you played as Santa.
Oh, so Viscera Cleanup Detail is the game that already exists.
A dark comedy game about Santa being pushed well beyond his breaking point. I mean, make that a full game and done.
Sold.
Take my money. So good.
What a good time. I can't wait till next time already. I just got to schedule it in.
Yeah. Tom, Merry Christmas.
Merry
Happy
Christmas,
holidays.
Yep.
I hope.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Happy
Chrysler.
Chrysler.
I hope you got everything you asked for.
Coal.
Yeah, nice. You asked for coal?
Yeah, we need to keep warm.
Yeah. Cut down on the gas bills.
And then if I end up on the naughty list, I win either way.
I wonder if, like, when that became a thing where it was like, oh, if you're naughty, you're going to get coal. Like, I wonder if that was just like a rich people thing, because like that was just a thing they already had a bunch of. But like, if you were like a super poor, and they were like
from their basement. If
yeah,
you're a
like
poor
somebody
kid, be like, yes,
yeah, they're like, oh my god, we can
Warm.
eat tonight.
Yeah, I can cook a meal. Yeah. I mean, not that you can do that with one lump of coal, but
sure you can.
I can dream, Harold.
I mean, they had a candle that was lit for like 70 days or something, whatever, right?
I don't know.
That's
no, is that
that's
Christmas
the Jewish
legend?
thing, right?
Oh,
or was that Christianity?
I'm an ignorant blasphemer. Well, technically, I'm an unbaptized heathen.
One of the religions had an oil lamp that lasted for 7 days and 7 nights.
That sounds like Hanukkah. So maybe I'm thinking of Eight Crazy Nights.
This is called a menorah, right?
Yeah, with the candles.
Yeah.
We're the worst.
We should
Merry Christmas.
We just end it there. Merry Christmas. Good night.